Hello, Speaker Circle. Woo woo. You guys, it's another month. It's another month and another great opportunity for you to go ahead, sit down, relax, grab your pen and a piece of paper. As a matter of fact, go ahead and tag your friend because you know we bring the experts to the forefront in the Speaker Circle. And this month is no different. And so, hello, everyone. My name is Lanice McGee. I am one of the many people here in the Speaker Circle who just loves this space. And if you're new to the space, I want to say welcome. And just so you know, you can join us here every third Tuesday, of the month, where we will bring an expert to your living room, to your car, to your job, wherever you're at, right? You can just go ahead, log on and listen and get that knowledge. Why? Because you want to grow your speaker business. And so if you have any ideas or anything that you feel you need some help in growing your business, let me know so that we can bring the right expert to you so that you can connect, so that you can grow your business. We're all about connecting and building. And I am so excited for today. You know, I like to dance. I like to sing. So especially I get excited because I know that this is going to be really good. And so today we are talking about leveling up. Level up, level up, level up. Remember that song? Yeah, it's about that time. But how are we going to level your speaking career up? Through your book. A lot of people have been saying, should I write a book? Do I need a book? What's the purpose of a book? And so today we're bringing the expert to you. She is an expert. Why? Because she is an author. Right? She's an expert. Why? Because she knows what she's doing. She's done 10 books, okay? She's not new to this. She's true to this, okay? And she wants you to be true to it too. We know that writing a book can position you as an expert, right? And so we want you to level up. We want you to shine and be the expert that you are. And so, you know, you guys know I can just really get it in and talk nonstop. But y'all not here to see me. Y'all see me all the time. We are here to see the expert. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Amanda. Yes, Amanda to the scene. I'm just going to talk a little bit about you. Do you guys know what the best thing about a story is? Amanda does. Yes, she does. Everyone has one to tell. Everybody has a story to tell. That's what Amanda says. That's what Amanda stands on, and that's what she knows is true. And that's why, as a word nerd, I love that. That's the name of her business, Word Nerd. Amanda has the best job in the world. In addition to 10 books, y'all, I told you, look, we didn't come to play. She got 10 books. So you know what? She is an expert. She does know what she's talking about. She has 10 books that she's written for children and adults, and she helps other writers tell their story. And that's what we are looking for today. I know that a lot of people have been saying, how can I tell my story? How can I get started? What can I do? Who can I connect to? I need some accountability. I need some assistance. Amanda, they're crying for you. So that's what we're going to get here today. She is a leader and a board member on her local writing group, and also a member of the Society of Children Book Writers and Illustrators. She lives in Holman, Wisconsin, which is in the La Crosse area, with her husband and 2 children. Oh, that's so beautiful. So I'm so excited to have you here today. I'm so excited to hear what you're going to share with everyone. I may have a few questions at the end when we wrap up, because I know people are going to want to connect with you guys. So again, y'all know what this is about. So get ready, get set. Let's welcome Amanda.
That is like the best introduction I've ever had, ever. So if we're like giving out awards for today's episode, you get like the best introduction ever. So yay. Thank you. That was so great. Hi, I'm Amanda Ziba. I am a word nerd. I have written several books, and today I want to talk to you about leveling up your speaking career and how you can do that with a book. And I know that a lot of people have an idea for a book. At least that's what a lot of people tell me. As soon as it comes out that I'm a writer, they're like, oh, I have this great idea for a book. And the difference between those people and me is just that I followed through, and you can definitely follow through and do this too. And so today I'm going to tell you, how you can get started on that journey. So here is kind of our agenda for today. We're going to talk about 3 things. The first, if you could quick switch the slide. There we go. Oh wait, that's too many, I think. But the first thing that we're going to talk about is why you should write a book. Okay. Then we're going to talk about how to get started. And the third thing we're going to talk about is what you can do to promote that book once you have it finished. There it is. Yeah. So hi, I'm Amanda. I'm the word nerd. And those are the 3 things we're going to talk about. So let's dive in first to why should you write a book? And in my opinion, there are lots of reasons, but the 3 biggest reasons are credibility, staying current, and profit. All right, so let's talk first about credibility. When you are a speaker, you want people to believe that you are the expert of your field, that you're an authority figure in your field. And when you say that you have a book, people are like, ooh, she's the real deal. She must really know what she's talking about because she has enough to say about the whole topic that she's written an entire book about it. So writing a book proves your credibility in a specific area or niche topic. And it can be anything. It can be gardening or quilting or financial advice or, basket making or making teddy bears. Like, it doesn't matter what you write your book about, but showing that you know enough to fill up an entire blog or an entire book about a topic is a way to establish yourself as an authority in the field. And then people are going to believe you. They're going to believe that what you have to say is going to be able to help them. So number 1 reason why you should write a book is to level up your credibility. The second reason why you want to write a book is because it's going to require some research. Yeah, you know a lot about your topic, but you're going to want to double check that you are sharing the most relevant and current information, that you're not missing something, that you're going to put something in print and 2 months later go, oh, shoot, that's outdated. You're going to want to be really current. And doing this research in your field, even though you think you know everything, it's really just going to take you to the next level. And yes, you're going to be able to present that information in your book, but you're going to be able to take that information with you as you go and interact with people and as you share your information in speeches. And so it's kind of like writing a book is almost like professional development that you do for yourself. And so I think that it's another added benefit, and it's a benefit that a lot of people don't even really think about when they think about writing a book, but it's a good one. The other thing that you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to keep your online presence current, because when you have a book to talk about, you have something to say. You have something to share. A lot of people figure like, gosh, I've got this social media platform or I have this website, but like, I don't know what to say on it. I don't know what to share. And if you have a book, you have stuff to share. You can share an excerpt. You can share a cover reveal. You can share reviews of your book long after it's been published. I've published many books, and sometimes if I'm like, gosh, I don't know what to put on social media, I just go to Amazon and I find the most recent glowing review and I make a pretty graphic of it on Canva. And now I have really great social media content that is also going to continue to promote me and my business. Also, not only social media feeds, but your website, Google loves it if it has new content on it. It means you have new things to share and new reasons for people to come back to you. And they're going to boost your website in the algorithm if you frequently have new content on there. If you put the same stuff up and you leave it there for weeks or months, your search rankings are going to fall. So having a book will give you more things that you can share on that website and social media to keep people coming back and to keep the algorithm happy. The third reason, and I think that people probably think of this reason first, but the third reason why you should write a book is because it's something you can sell and it's a revenue stream that you can add to your business. Now, many people, when they talk about writing a book, especially nonfiction books, they say, oh, it's passive revenue. And in some regards it is, okay? If I write a book and it sells on Amazon, I didn't have to do anything extra for that, okay? It's not like when you're a massage therapist and someone books a massage and then you have to do the massage. Or someone commissions a painting and then you have to make the painting, spending time, energy, effort into creating the thing. So when you create a book, you create it one time and then you profit off it over and over and over again. And when you sell it on a space like Amazon, you don't have to do anything. Okay. So I can see why some people would say that it's passive. But I would disagree, because getting people to know that you have a book and that you have a book on Amazon is a lot of work. And we're going to, especially when you're a small town girl without, a massive following or celebrity status or a huge advertising budget. It's not impossible, but it does take work. So I don't want you to think like we're a baseball family. So the analogy that I often use is, Kevin Costner says, if you build it, they will come, right? Writing a book is not like if you write it, they will read it, or if you write it, they will buy it. Like sometimes your family members don't even buy your books. As frustrating as that is, it is true. It will take work to sell and promote your book, but we'll get to tips on how to do that afterwards. It's totally possible. I just don't want you to be fooled into thinking it's not going to be work, because it is. So, okay, I've convinced you. You're going to write a book. How do you get started? So my first degree is in education. Actually, the only degrees I have are in education. And that's fine. You do not have to have a degree in communication or English to write a book. What you first need is to identify an idea. Then you need to consider what is your spin on this idea, what makes it different or unique. And then you need to be where the writers are. So let's first talk about identifying an idea. And you need to do more than just say, oh, I think this is a good idea. If you want to have a book that actually sells, you need to come up with an idea that other people are searching for. So you need to have an idea that other people actually want to read about. So thinking about what you speak about, what your main topic is. Go to Google, go to YouTube, and ask a question related to your speaking topic. How do you, what can I, what are the steps for? If you start doing a search like that with your keyword, your topic that you speak about, see what things are coming up. And if nothing is coming up, if nothing is populating that search bar, nobody else is asking that question, which means that nobody wants to know the answer to that. There's just not a need. People aren't seeking out the answer to that particular question. So you can either go back to the drawing board completely and think about a different aspect of your topic and how it might be searchable, how it might be a relevant topic. Or you could just tweak the order of your words or do a little bit deeper digging. Now, some people say, well, there's no sorry, the sun's in my eyes. There's no resources out there for this topic, so it must be really good because I'm the only one who's going to create this resource. But if nobody's looking for it, why would you put it out there? So you need to make sure that your topic is something people want to read about and that they need help with. And if you can do those things, you're going to be much further ahead. So the second thing you do once you have that topic, once you figure out how you can teach that, once you figure out what your topic is, you need to figure out how you can teach it, how you can share that research, or how you can answer the question in a way that is better or different than people who have already done it. You need to think about, like, what is my unique way of sharing that material? So we're going to go to the next slide and I'm going to show you an example. So I know it's not very Midwestern of me to talk about myself, but personally, I learn best by seeing examples of things and then think about how I can apply that to my own thing. So this is a portion of my course called the ABCs of Authorpreneurship. And in it, I teach authors how to level up their writing career. And the unique spin on it that I have is that there are 26 mini lessons, one for each letter of the alphabet, in this story or in this course. Okay, so I'm the word nerd. Okay, so having an alphabetical list of things as my lesson makes it unique. It's something different. I'm also a teacher. So, like the ABCs, that's kind of a fun play and unique spin. So, think about your topic, how you can teach it in a way that's better or different than anyone else. And then that's kind of the way you want to style or format your book. That's the voice you want to use when telling your story. And then finally, I think the most important thing in getting started is to be where the writers are. Now, I'm super lucky. My family is incredibly supportive of me. Not only like my husband and my kids, who are my biggest cheerleaders, or my parents or my sister, like everyone is super nice to me about the fact that I write books, and they show up to my launch parties, and they buy my books and whatever. But like after a while, my husband is not really interested in the Google Analytics of my website. Okay, he's not really interested in the new plot device that I have come up with to solve the hole in chapter 10. He's like, okay, nice, good for you. Like, yay, glad you had a good day at work. But like, he doesn't understand, like on the level that I understand my book. And so I then turn to some of my best writing friends, my friend Christy or my friend Sarah, or I go to my writing club and I say, hey, critique members, I'm stuck, or I'm excited, or I need help with. And these are the people who are going to get me through. It's amazing to have my husband there and to cheer me on, but like he doesn't really understand, the same way that I don't super understand setting up the lineup for his college baseball team. Like I can listen and I can like understand how frustrated he is with the pitcher that's not producing, but like I don't have any advice for him. Okay, so you need to be where the writers are, and that can be a lot of different things. You could take an online course. You could go to your local community college and see if they have any classes. You could see if there's a writing club in your town. You could go to a conference. The point is, you just need to have people in your life who are writing that you can go to when you want to learn, talk, commiserate, celebrate, any of that. Okay, so then you've got the book, right? How do you promote it? Here are 3 things that I do that I feel like are the most effective for me. So the first is to let people in on the journey. The second is be where your readers are. And the third, and probably most important, is intentional collaboration. So when you publish your book, you need to tell people about it. Okay, but if you wait to tell people about it until the book is published, that is too late. Okay, you need to tell people when you're just starting, and it might feel really scary and it might feel premature. But if you let them in on the behind the scenes and sneak peeks in your creation process and all the things that you're doing while you're making the book, people are going to feel invested before you ask them to invest. Okay. And it might feel like a really small investment, like $12. Hey, do this thing for me, $12, right? And you might feel like you're pulling teeth to get them to pay for your book. But if they've watched your creation process from the very beginning, from the, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so excited. I am going to write a book and I wrote the first chapter today and it's totally awful, but like I started and I did it. I'm so excited. And then you share further on, like, finish the first draft, digging into revisions. It's so tough, or here's the cover reveal. Don't you guys just love it? It's so beautiful. Okay, the launch party's coming in 1 month. Who's going to be there? If you have to be your own hype girl. You have to let everyone know that this is happening. And if you let them in along the journey, they're going to be so excited when it finally gets here. That they will just be throwing their money at you, to get it. So let people in, as scary as it feels. Sometimes I practice on people who are like, I don't care about their opinion. Like going to the dentist, right? They always talk to you when all that stuff's in your mouth. But like, what are you doing today? You say, oh, I'm working on chapter 5 of my book. Oh, you're a writer? What's your book about? And then you tell them, and you get to leave in 30 minutes. And their opinion doesn't really matter to you, but you got to practice. You got to like get out those jittery like feelings of, oh my gosh, what are they going to think? You don't care what your dental hygienist thinks of you. You just had a chance to practice so that when someone you care about asks you what your book is about, you're ready to go. Okay, so tell people about your book, maybe before you think it's too early. The second thing is to be where your readers are. Now, a lot of people think, I wrote a book, I should sell it at a bookstore. But personally, I think a bookstore is one of the worst places to sell your book. Why? Because you are in competition with thousands of other books and thousands of other authors who are probably more well-known than you. Why should a person go into a store and spend their money on your book when they already know that author? And that book won an award. And that one their book club is reading. And that one was on Reese's book club list. And it's really hard to stand out in a bookstore. But if you go where your readers spend time and money, they are going to be so excited there's a book about their topic that they are going to buy it. For example, one of my books is called The Birthday Cache. I write fiction. And it's about a brother and a sister who fall in love with the sport of geocaching. So where do I go? I go to geocaching events. I go to Boy and Girl Scout troop meetings where they are going geocaching. Another book that I wrote is called The Orphan Train Riders. It's historical fiction about kids who rode on the orphan trains. I reach out to orphan train museums because people who go there are interested in orphan trains, and they will likely be excited to buy a book about the same thing. So think about what your topic is, the kinds of presentations you give when you're speaking, the conferences you want to attend, even even the conventions. Like, let's say you're a hunter and your book is about hunting. Like, how can you get to the outdoor show? Let's say your book is about gardening. Could you be in the home and garden, tour of the city, or those conventions that they have? Who is your reader? Where do they hang out? And how can you get there too? That is how you're going to sell more books than putting it in a bookstore. And then the last thing is intentional collaboration. And this is kind of like telling people about your book, but taking it to the next level. So you want to think about who else can be a part of your story, and who else can be a part of your story on the creation level, and how can you make smart, intentional choices about this. So the next 2 slides, I'm going to show you specific examples. So one of my series is called Champion Chocolatier. It's about a woman who runs a chocolate shop in northern Minnesota. In my town, there's a woman who ran a bakery, and she went on the Holiday Baking Championship on the Food Network, okay? And she won twice, okay? My town is little. It's like 50,000 people, 60,000 maybe, okay? This woman is a local celebrity. People stop her on the streets. They go to her bakery and take pictures of her, okay? So I was like, ooh, my book's about chocolate. She makes chocolate. How can we work together? And so we created this holiday box, a gift box that included my book, her, and then she made homemade cocoa mix, homemade marshmallows, and chocolate dip spoons. And we sold them together in a gift box. Now, we probably made, over the course of 2 Christmas seasons, 300 boxes. I probably sold 100. Jen probably sold 200. If you can intentionally collaborate with someone who has a larger audience than you, that is even better. Okay, Jen was excited about my book. She was telling all the people who were fans of her about the book. Therefore, I sold more books. Here's another example. My book, Close Quarters, takes place in La Crosse. It features 30 local businesses. And it's a fictional story about cousins who open a bookstore in honor of their grandmother after she passes away. And so everything about this book is local. And so I reached out to a local watercolor artist and asked her if she would paint an image of our city to put on the front cover of my book. She said, yes, this is the result. And so then when the book published, not only am I telling everybody who buys the book, this art is done by a local artist. Her name is Rachel Wunsch. You should check her out. Here's her website. Go to it. And I am bringing her new fans, people who had no idea she existed in town. And then Rachel is also telling everybody, oh my gosh, you guys, my art is on the cover of a book. Yes, it's Amanda's book. You should totally check it out. Buy it. Yep, it takes place in La Crosse. And so now we have 2 people who are shouting out about this book and about this art, and we are able to share our audiences and grow our audiences together. And in addition to being effective, it's just so much more fun to do something like this with a friend. Okay, so the stuff that I've shared with you today is just a small taste of this course that I've created called Take Action Author Plan. It's for people who are tired of dreaming about writing a book or wishing they could write a book, and it just teaches you how to do all the things. On the next slide, it walks you through each of the different steps that are involved. The first section of the course is Self-Publishing 101, then Book Marketing 101, and then, like I talked about earlier, the ABCs of Authorpreneurship. It comes with 4 workbooks, videos in bite-sized pieces. I talk you through every teeny tiny little thing. Somebody once taught me this process, and without it, I would not be where I am today. And so I just want to pass on this goodness to other people so that they can stop wishing and start being an author. So that is what I have to share with you today. I hope it is super helpful. You can always connect with me on amandaziba.com. I'm also on Instagram at wordnerd_AmandaZiba. But I hope this is just the first time we meet and that we continue connecting and that I can help you with your book writing and authoring goals.
Wow, Amanda, that was so fabulous. Thank you so much for joining us. You guys, I have her website scrolling at the bottom. I know that a lot of people are looking just to start and get going. And so just a little follow-up question here. What was the one thing that you feel helped you get over the block of just starting?
I'm a pen and paper kind of girl. I just have to pick it up and just start getting it out. Things that live up here sometimes get lost. And I think that it's easier to work with something once it's on the page. You know, it's easier to revise something that's crappy once it's down than stare at the blank page. So I think you just got to get going. A lot of times I'll set a timer on my phone. I'll put on an instrumental music playlist and just say, okay, for 30 minutes, you just have to dial in, turn off the notifications, and just do it. And I think if you commit to that, to like 1 30-minute session, you know, a day, or 3 30-minute sessions a week, you'll be so pleased with the amount of stuff you actually have to work with, as opposed to just like thinking about it and wishing.
Yeah, and I think you said something really important too about just repurposing. Some people already have blogs. Some people have things that they can kind of use, and the collaboration piece is really important too, so that they can just kind of go and get started. Do you offer like accountability coaching in that, or is that all kind of like self-paced course?
The course is self-paced, but if people are interested in having some accountability check-ins, I would totally do that.
Okay, wonderful. And so, and this may vary. Typically, if someone is just starting off and they want to write a book, how many pages? Because that can be overwhelming too. Like, oh, I have to write this long of a book. What is a good number that you think is good for people to capture their readers? And typically, if they wanted to get started and they were dedicated, how long, and I know it may vary depending on how much time a person commits, but how long can a person actually write, produce, and publish a book?
Yeah, it's so funny. That's like one of the most commonly asked questions I get is like, how many pages will my book be when it's in print? And I actually made a whole YouTube video about that. I can send you the link to put in the comments and whatnot. But and I have another one too that's actually called like 7 rookie mistakes that call you out as an amateur, and like asking that question, like how many pages is one of them, because in the publishing industry, it's not about pages, it's about word count. Okay. And so typically in the like memoir, self-help, informational topic that I think many of the people in this audience will be asking about is in the 30,000 to 80,000 word bracket, which that's kind of a large thing, but it depends on how deep you're going to go. If there's a ton of research, if there's a ton of facts, if there's a lot of background information, you're going to be more towards the 80,000 words. But if you're just going to do like a quick and dirty, like here's what you need to know, an overview of this topic, you're going to be more down towards the 30,000 mark of words. And I can't remember off the top of my head like how many pages those are, but like I said, in the video, I break it down by genre and by topic to help you a little bit more.
Really, really good. Thank you. So do you help people with the publishing process too, or you just give them the steps of like who they need to go to, or do you actually publish?
No, so I'm not a publisher. I mean, I guess I sort of am. I self-publish my books through
Okay.
Amazon's Direct
Okay.
Press
Mm-hmm.
arm. And so part of my course walks you through step by step every single thing you need to do to put a book on Amazon. And the thing that most people don't realize is it's free. They don't charge you for anything until you order books.
Okay.
And you should pay for a copy editor. You might pay for a cover designer. Things like you might pay for a book coach to help you like edit the content of your story, but Amazon themselves will not charge you anything to put your book for sale on Amazon. They take a cut. They take 30%. But I think people think like, oh, it's this massively expensive endeavor, and it doesn't have to be.
Mm-hmm.
Also on my channel, I walk you through exactly what it cost me to publish this book every step along the way, and then also how much I've made in 1 year. And I think that that's super important to know, because people kind of have this fantasy of like, oh, I'm going to publish a book and that's going to be my retirement. But like, they don't really know for real how much they can expect to earn in royalties. And so I just try to be as honest and transparent as I can with like, I want you to know what you're getting into before you get into it and then get disappointed.
Right, I agree, and you have to keep talking about it. This is an audience of speakers, just like you talk about what you speak about. I mean, that's just another thing to include. People won't know about it unless you continue to talk about it, and I really love the fact that you said that that's another way to create additional content, and so. That is definitely positive. And also for speakers, again, the very first thing that you said, which was like dead on, is it will mark you as credible. You're credible. And then when you speak, you have a tangible gift of yourself to leave with people. And so if you look at it that way, I think that it's a win-win situation. And so again, we have Amanda's website scrolling at the bottom. We'll also put that in the comment box, and then later we'll find send me your YouTube channel. I definitely want people to follow that and get the information that they need. You have been great. I want to say thank you. Any last words before you move from the stage today?
Just you can do it. I know it feels like a large and at times overwhelming goal, but you can totally break it down into steps. And it is manageable. So like, stop putting it off and just like get going. You can do it.
Yes. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, guys. I told you it was going to be good. I feel really inspired. In fact, for those of you that don't know, I have a book as well, 7-Day Journey to Discovering Your Purpose. And so, of course, I'm going to throw that in, but that just encouraged me to continue to promote and push my own book, my own work. And even I got some tips from watching this today. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I know that if you were present and you were listening, that you got something out of this. And now is the time. Now is your time. You've been thinking about it. That's why you're watching this anyway. You're watching this because you've been thinking about it. You've been wanting to do it. So now there are resources out there available to keep yourself accountable to do that. That was a great tip. 30 minutes a day. Start it now. Start setting your clock 30 minutes a day and just start writing. Another thing, don't worry about it being all in the right order right away. Just write. Your voice needs to be heard, right? And a book is your tangible legacy left for the world to see, for your family to see. And so I encourage you all to get on that writing journey. And again, my name is Lanice. It's been great. And guess what? We're going to see you next month. Same day of the month, right? And same time, right at 6 p.m. here in the Speaker Circle. And we're going to bring somebody to you to bring you the information you need to grow your business. Thank you again for being a part of the Speaker Circle family.